Be our first weigh-in. You watched Bass live all day on ESPN2. This is what makes our sport different. It's not official till they hit the official scales, and we're about ready to do that, aren't we, Trip? All right, let's get them ready and let's get them going right away. We got a lineup of anglers ready to go. 85 anglers in the field, but first from Alabama, Bill Weidler. 85 anglers in the field. We'll cut it down to 40 after 2 days, and the top 10 go out on Sunday. 20 pounds, 8 ounces. The 20-pound bags already started here on Lake St. Clair at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. And all the way from Alabama. And getting it done on day number 1, a big brown bag of Lake St. Clair beasts. And that big brown bag may pay off in green at the end of the week. $100,000 on the line for our champion, and 20 pounds, 8 ounces, and that's the way you start a smallmouth derby.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I had a great practice out here. I saw some giants. I mean, I had my personal best. My second day of practice was a 513. I backed it up with a 601, had about 26 pounds, and caught 12 over 4. I mean, I just figured something out here, and I'm going to try to wreck them this week. I need a little bit of redemption.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it finishes. That 5-3, our Phoenix Boats Big Bass of the day. From Ava, Missouri, a 16-time Bassmaster winner, the legendary Mr. Rick Clunn. Rick Clunn took his 16th win at the St. Johns River. Obviously a 32-time Classic qualifier. 4 of those he has won. 5 fish here today. 8 pounds, 14 ounces, and Rick Clunn will get another shot at him again tomorrow. He's telling me he's leaving, and he's Rick Clunn, so he can totally do that. Next up, a 10-time Classic qualifier from Brookville, Indiana, Dollar Bill Lowen. Scream Team is back. I missed you guys. Look out, he's giving you something to scream about. 5 fish all alive. $19 pounds and 9 ounces. And Dollar Bill moves into second place, currently 1 pound even short of the overall lead. Dollar Bill, a great start to things. I know it's St. Clair, so nobody's safe, but one day down, got to be happy with the way things started off.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's always fun when you're out there on Lake St. Clair. It's full of 3.5-pound fish, and I had fun today. Got to give a big shout out to the service crew today. They got me back on the water in record time, and I think one of the servicemen got seasick while he was working on my boat. But I want to give a big shout out to them. Looking forward to getting that Express and that Yamaha back out there and maybe catch me a 20-pound bag tomorrow.
Go get rigged and get ready. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Let's bring out the 2016 Elite Series Rookie of the Year and 2018 Toyota Texas Fest champion, Drew Benton. 5 fish for Drew Benton here on day number 1. Looks like a good start to things. 5 alive for 20 pounds and 9 ounces. The parade of pigs continues here on day number 1, the Yeti Bassmaster Elite at Lake St. Clair. $20 pounds and 9 ounces for the 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. Going to weigh this for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Needs to be better than 5 pounds, 3 ounces, 5'1". A little short of that, but leading the tournament, Drew, and a great start to things this time around on Lake St. Clair.
Yeah, you know, I'll take it. This place normally knocks me in the dirt pretty hard the first 2 days, and just to get off to a good start, it's a big confidence booster. Maybe we can go out there and keep it rolling tomorrow.
Love to see you all the way through to Sunday. Way to go. He's a former Angler of the Year and Bassmaster Classic champion from Oregon, Jay Ellis. A big day today. Five fish for Jay Yellis here on day number 1, and a good start to things. 21 pounds and an ounce. And just like that, 6 anglers into our weigh-in. Once again, we have a brand new leader. This time, Skeeter Yamaha Pro, a Jay Yellis with 21 pounds and an ounce. Jay Yellis takes over the lead at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. 21-1, and Jay Ellis is definitely going to be in this thing. Great start to things. Got to be happy about that.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I am happy about it. It was a great day, and caught a lot of fish. You know, this is a phenomenal lake. There just seems like there's bass swimming all over the place out there, and yeah, I was blessed with a few nice ones today, and caught a lot of little ones. I'm looking forward to going out there tomorrow. It's sure a lot of fun.
I saw you're staying at Art Ferguson's house. I saw you cut his lawn last night. After, cutting his lawn last night and a good day on day number 1, are you going to be looking for chores around the Ferguson household?
There's no freebies with my friend Art. You know, you stay there, you got to do some yard work to pay for it.
Great start to things. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. A 2-time Classic qualifier, 2016 Forest Wood Cup champion from Florida, John Cox. He's got the smallmouth hair, and he don't care. Look out for the scales. He'll show you the hair in a minute. Let's see how it paid off on day number 1. 24 pounds, 12 ounces, 24-12. And John Cox is your brand new leader. Berkeley Pro John Cox has got the smallmouth hair, and he don't care. John Cox, take off your hat and show us. Gerald Swindle gave you the Seth Fighter cut, is what you called it, and the smallmouth hair is definitely paying off. That one, 5 pounds 4 ounces, gonna take over Phoenix Boats Big Bass. You're a legit bona fide smallmouth assassin.
Man, I've been practicing so hard, but I gotta thank my wife and kids. We had a week off in between all these tournaments, and they were like, "Dad, you did pretty rough in the New York, so you need to practice." So we went out and we fished hard for a week while they were here, and it feels good to catch them.
I don't know if it's the Berkeley accent or the hair, but it's all working right
now.
Man,
I'm telling you, it looks like I crushed them today, but the Max scent's the deal. If I would have thrown anything else, I wouldn't have came close to catching that weight. I made the mistake last week, and I didn't throw it the first day, and only caught 14 pounds. The next 2 days, it was like 18, 20 pounds. It just makes a huge difference. The big ones eat it. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. Look forward to seeing how it works out for you. Great start to things. Let's bring up a 6-time Classic qualifier from Lake Gaston, Virginia, Rick Morris. 2 fish today for Rick Morris, 7-10, and Rick, I gotta ask you, will you shave the sides of your hair for 24 pounds like John Cox just did?
Well, I had a day like that this week, blah, blah, blah. I could catch them out deep, I could catch them shallow, but I decided to go shallow today and throw crankbaits and spinnerbaits, and the switch of the wind messed them up, and they just didn't bite good, so I made the wrong decision. So, oh well, somebody's got to have a bad day. We'll see what I can do tomorrow.
Rally right back into it. I'd love to see it. From Millville, New Jersey, GDP, Greg DePalma. 5 fish for Greg DePalma here on day number 1, Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. We're 8 anglers into our weigh-in, and it looks like another good bag of smallmouth bass. Rick Morris, live release boats on the other dock. Sorry. 18 pounds, 4 ounces. I am running the show here, Rick. You were right, see? 18-4 puts him in 6th place, so a decent start to things for Greg DePalma. Consistency's gonna win this game, and 18-4, not a bad start to things, but after seeing 24, I know that maybe deflates you a little.
Nah, a little more motivation for tomorrow to catch 24, that's all.
That's a right attitude. I like it. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
You too.
From Texas, Randy Sullivan. 5 fish for Randy Sullivan here today. Let's get his tournament started right. 5 fish all alive for the Texas Pro. 17 pounds, 10 ounces inside the top 10 in 7th place. Give him an opportunity to hold a few. Once again, want to thank all the Bassmaster fans all around the world. 10 million viewers, unbelievable in the last 3 events. And I mean, as an angler competing here, that doesn't go unnoticed, does it at all?
Oh man, the support is phenomenal. I love, going different places and seeing all the different people around. I mean, it's phenomenal everywhere we go. But this place, it's got them. I've seen them out there. That wasn't the day that I wanted, but the potential is really high. So I'm looking forward for another day.
Look forward to seeing how it works out for you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up a former Classic qualifier from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Derek Hudnall. 5 fish here today for Derek Hudnall. Five fish to kick off this event. 19 pounds, 5 ounces. A good start for Derek Hudnall. Moves into 6th place at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. So Derek, decent start to things, but this one is one of the toughest smallmouth fisheries because so much can change, but things a little tougher this time because it seems like anglers are really grouped up with the restriction of water.
I'm not grouped up with anybody, but my main area in the lake, I couldn't fish this morning, and I made a decision about 2 hours into the morning with 2 little bitty ones to run to a different area and do something new, and ended up saving, almost 19 and a half pounds. I can't be too upset with that, but I'm just missing that one St. Clair special, and I can tell you they live here. I caught a 7-pounder in practice, my personal best, and this place has absolutely got them, but 19, I'll take it.
Happy birthday. It's his birthday week, too. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Here's a guy who wants to go to our classic in Texas, from Temple, Texas, Frank the Tank Talley. And I want to see Frank in that classic. 5 fish here today for Frank Talley. 19 pounds, 10 ounces. He moves into 5th place. 19-10. And Frank Talley moves into 5th place. $19.10. Going to weigh that one for Fink's Boats Big Bass. John Cox leading that as well with 5.4. That one 4.7. Not going to take over Phoenix Boats Big Bass, but Frank Talley, great start to things. Got to be happy with day number 1.
Yeah, after the practice that I had, I can't complain. I just had to keep up there. I knew going in here, this is our last Northern Swing event, and then we'll get down to that them southern grinders that we like down there where my hometown is, the heat, the mosquitoes, and the gnats. So we'll get this one taken care of, hopefully go out and duplicate that again one day, another day, and get into the day 3, and we'll go from there.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Full field fishes the first 2 days. Here's a 5-time Classic qualifier, the always lethal Brandon Lester.
Right.
Brandon Lester with 5 fish here today. $18 pounds, 3 ounces. He moves into the top 10 in 9th place currently. Member of Team Toyota. Decent start to things, but I know when you come to this fishery, you want to be leading this event. And as many times as the North has been good to you.
It has, man. I don't know what's going on. I had a really good practice here, and I caught just as many fish today. I struggle to get the better than average bites, and actually in the last hour I made 4 culls to keep myself in the hunt. So I know where I'm starting in the morning anyway. We'll see how it goes tomorrow.
I know you got some visitors you want to go hang out with, so go give that family a hug, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. All the way from Del Rio, Texas, Ray Hanselman Jr. Oh, good start to things for Ray Hanselman. Look out. 22 pounds, 3 ounces. He moves into second place with 2 pounds and 10 ounces short of the overall lead being held by John Cox. Digging deep in that Berkeley weigh-in bag. Skeeter Yamaha Pro going to hold up a few. A good day. 22 pounds and 3 ounces. We'll wait that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass, but 22-3. Nothing wrong with that. A great start to things, Ray.
Well, it's a little redemption from last year when I was here. I found 4 or 5 schools of fish like that, and I was only able to relocate this school, and I left them pretty early, and then just kind of ran around, and I came in early, about an hour. I was starting to burn fish. I caught a couple of big ones just looking, and I was like, well, and I couldn't use them, but they were nice. So, Fighter said we weren't going to bust that 100. That's my goal for the week,
I would love to see it go down here this week. Came close to the last one. Great start to things. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Let's bring up a 4-time Classic qualifier, 6-time Cup qualifier, Todd Otten. 5 fish for Todd Otten here today. Saw him as part of our Super 6 at the Bassmaster Classic not too long ago. 16-14 moves him into 12th place. And, on this lake, man, you can make a big comeback, but boy, you got to catch him every day here.
Yeah, that's pretty pitiful. But, started out real good. I caught the weight early and could never upgrade all day. It just amazing. Then I had some boat issues. I was good to have that then. Was happy with it. So maybe it'll be a better day tomorrow.
Happy to have you back here safe, and we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Here's a 2-time Elite Series champion. Got both those wins last year from South Carolina, the COBB, Brandon Cobb. 5 fish for Brandon Cobb to start things off here today at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. 20 pounds, 14 ounces, 2014, and he moves into 4th place currently. $20 pounds, 14 ounces, and just 16 anglers into our weigh-in. We already have 6 bags over 20 pounds. So, and it doesn't matter how the lake's set up. I mean, Lake St. Clair, you're going to have to catch them if you're going to win here. And a great start to things, Brandon.
Yeah, it was a good start today. I caught a good many fish. It's kind of random. I don't know whether I'm catch a 2-pounder or a 4-pounder, so gonna go drift around again tomorrow and hope they're all at least 4-pounders apparently, because everybody caught them today. I knew they would, but it's they're definitely biting.
Good start to things. Look forward to seeing how it all works out for you tomorrow. A 3-time FLW Tour Angler of the Year from Texas, Clark Wendlandt. Clark Wendlandt in the thick of things in our Angler of the Year race here this year, and a good start to things here this week. 5 fish for Clark Wendlandt, 20 pounds, puts him in 7th place at our 7th bag over 20 pounds, right at 20 pounds for the 3-time FLW Tour Angler of the Year. $20 pounds even, our 7th 20-pound bag of the day, and it's like St. Clair. You've been here, through multiple decades. You always got to catch them here.
I just love this place. It's just it's a cool lake. It's flat, smallmouth like flats. You can go for miles and no depth change, and so you just got to find those schools of fish. Hopefully, I found enough.
Look forward to seeing how it all works out. Go get rigged. We'll see you back here tomorrow. All the way from Keewatin, Ontario, Canada, the great Canadian snow leopard, Gussie, Jeff Gustafson, trying to get back to the Bassmaster Classic. A two-time Forest Wood Cup qualifier, 5 fish for Gussie, 14-10, puts him in 16th place currently, and shaking your head after this one. Gussie, what happened out there?
I don't know. I was around Fighter and Corey and my buddies. They were catching them, and it was one of those days I couldn't catch them today. So I caught a 4-pounder right at the end, actually. Like, that's how bad my day was. And, I got hopefully enough where if I have a good day tomorrow, I can, make some sort of comeback. But yeah, these smallmouths move, man, and if you don't relocate them, then I didn't. I jumped, I ran all over the lake, and got to do better tomorrow.
You'll figure them out. You generally always do. Here's another guy who figures them out, stop after stop, from Asheville, Alabama, Matt Herron. An 8-time Classic qualifier, a former TTBC champion. Took that win in the great state of Texas, and that's exactly where our Classic's heading. 17 pounds, 7 ounces, puts him in 14th place currently, 17-7, and really just one bite another direction, and you're right in that 20-pound club.
Yeah, I had 2 of those bites and didn't execute. This place is phenomenal. The wind kind of throwed me, like the guys are saying, the wind switched to 180, so I have to figure it out tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Lexington, North Carolina, a former Classic champion, David Fritts. David Fritts with 5 fish here today. Five all alive, 14 pounds, 3 ounces. He moves into 18th place currently, and I know you got to get him a little better than that to stick around in our top 40.
Yeah, well, I've had a pretty good practice, and these fish have sort of done it to me again a little bit. But, I'm fishing shallow and throwing a little crankbait, and I tell you what, those big fish have been eating it. For some reason today, they didn't. So maybe tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up a 3-time Elite Series champion, the former heavyweight champion of professional bass fishing from Auburn, Alabama, Steve Kennedy. Steve Kennedy with 5 fish here today.
There you go. Did she really say that?
5 fish, 17 pounds, 15 ounces. He moves into 13th place. Currently, 6 pounds, 14 ounces. Behind our overall tournament leader, smallmouth super wizard, John Cox.
There had to be a largemouth in that bag somewhere, wasn't there?
There was none. There was none.
None.
All smallmouth, and he shaved his head to be like a mullet. Do you think maybe that's the reason?
I have no idea, but I'm impressed. I didn't know he could do it.
He says he's a smallmouth angler now, and I'm not going to argue with him after today.
He said he practiced for a week. He figured it out. So anyway, what are we talking about?
But we're talking about John Cox, evidently.
Are we done?
Yeah, sure. If you want to be done, you're done. All right, later. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, equally as awkward. From Colgate, Oklahoma, Luke Palmer. Luke Palmer, Classic qualifier, his second season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. 5 fish here today. 18 pounds even, puts you in 13th place right now. The top 40, obviously, move on to fish in the weekend. Our full 85 fish today and tomorrow. Saturday, semifinal Saturday on the top 40, and obviously Championship Sunday, top 10, and 18 pounds, decent bag, but you're going to be fighting it out for ounces to stay on the right side of things.
Yeah, I am. I lost a couple fish today that hurt me. I'm still on that goal to catch 20 pounds of smallies, and I ain't done it. Hell, we're at the best fishing smallmouth in the world ever, and I still ain't done it. But maybe tomorrow's going to be my day. I can't thank my parents and my family enough back home, and my sponsors, Gill, they came through big for me this year. Great company, great people. Go check them out, Horizon Truck Marine. But hey, we're going to go get them tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Elite Series champion made it all the way back from 10th to 1st on Championship Sunday from Georgia, Buddy Gross. Buddy Gross had 5 fish here today. Let's get him started at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. 14 pounds, 2 ounces. Puts him in 21st place right now. Got one kicker smallmouth he'd like to weigh here, and we'll get a weight on that. Phoenix Boats Big Bass is 5 pounds, 4 ounces. That 5'2", just a few ounces short, but Buddy, I know it was a welcome addition to the bag.
It was. I mean, I struggled all day long. I've dug myself a pretty good hole. I'm going to have to get it dug back out, get back down south after these are over, though, and maybe I can pull something out of my hat.
I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. You generally always do. From one Georgia angler to another, also an Elite Series champion, Micah.
Excited to get back out there tomorrow.
That big one, a 5'3", just 1 ounce short of our overall big bass, but a great start to things. Forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. A 7-time Classic qualifier, 3-time U.S. Open champion from Payson, Arizona, Clifford Pirch. Five fish for Clifford Pirch. 14 pounds, 5 ounces, 14.5. And he moves into 21st place. And this one, I mean, it really seemed like a lot of guys are grouped up together. Is that what's causing issues out there?
Well, you know, I guess my problem is I don't like to fish in that group. And every time I've fished out there in front of this place in that group, I have a good tournament. But I always think I've got something figured out. And it never fails. They move on this place, and you know, whatever it is with the current or whatever. But yeah, I got some work to do.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow and seeing how it works out for you. A Classic qualifier from Oklahoma, Dale Hightower. Proud member of Team Express Yamaha, bringing us 5 fish here today. Five fish for Dale Hightower here on day number 1, a Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. 18 pounds, 8 ounces. Moves into 12th place currently with 18 pounds, 8 ounces. And inside the top 20 in 12th place currently. Good start to things, Dale. Got to be happy with how day number 1 went for you.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. You know, I could be way back there and have a lot of catching up to do. So, you know, at least I'm in the thick of things. I didn't lose it today. But did anybody say that it was rough out there today?
It was a beautiful day for St. Clair.
My goodness, that express boat. I'll tell you what, it impresses me more and more. So. Man, if it can take the Great Lakes, I promise it can take any lake out there.
It's great to have you here. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Our full field fishes the first 2 days. Let's bring up a former Elite Series Rookie of the Year, Jake Whitaker. Jake Whitaker with 5 fish here today. 18 pounds, 7 ounces, moves into 13th place with 18.7. So, Jake, a decent start to things, but it's not like it lets any pressure off. It might make the pressure even more.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, that's about what I thought I could get. I never really ran any big 4.5, 5 pound smallmouth, but a bunch of just cookie cutter 3.5, 3 3/4 fish. But hey, you know, it's a decent start. We're not in a huge hole, but yeah, we're going to have to work a little bit tomorrow. We're going to have to catch another 20-pound bag to put us safely in the cut, but I'm looking forward to getting that back out there.
Go get it done. We'll see you back here tomorrow from Newcomerstown, Ohio, Hunter Shryock. Five fish for Hunter Shryock. Five fish to kick off the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. 18 pounds and 9 ounces, moves into 12th place. Decent start to things. I mean, it's no John Cox start to things. Can you believe what? A dude shaved the sides of his heads, and now he says he is a smallmouth specialist.
Yeah, I could see it, and I could see going out there and catching 24 tomorrow, but I could also see going out there and catching 12. So that's the way this place is. But hopefully we get back out there and catch 20 tomorrow and see what happens.
Look forward to seeing you back here. Always great to have you here. Speaking of smallmouth, he took the title last time we were here from Minnesota, the amazing fighter man, Seth Fighter. Was on pace to become the first angler to break 100 pounds with smallmouth, but it was just a 3-day derby. 5 fish here today, 20 pounds, 11 ounces, and our 9th 20-pound bag of the day is weighed in by Seth Fighter with 20 pounds, 11 ounces. The amazing fighter man, Seth Fighter, 20 pounds, 11 ounces. Just a few days after having a brand new baby. And I mean, I guess the people that watched you weigh in here last time, mission accomplished, number one. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
And talk to me about today, Seth.
It was a grind. I'm just out in the crowd with everyone else. Did all I could do, just never had a good bite. Had 5 solid ones, and hopefully can catch that again tomorrow and maybe move up a little bit.
Look forward to seeing how it plays out for you. From one smallmouth assassin to another, from Cavan, Ontario, Canada, Corey Johnston. 4-time Canadian Open champion, has 5 fish here today. 21 pounds, 11 ounces, 21-11, and Corey Johnston moves into 3rd place currently. $21.11 for Corey Johnston from Cavan, Ontario, Canada, a 4-time Canadian Open champion, and finished 3rd place in our Angler of the Year race last year. Corey, great start to things, sitting in the top 3. You just got to chase down that notable smallmouth specialist, John Cox.
Yeah, you know, it's this is an amazing fishery, and the beauty of this place is anyone can win out here. It's a big flat, and anyone can stumble across a winning group of fish. So, you know, we're going to go out tomorrow, have some fun, and hopefully catch a bunch more fish and see how we end up.
That big one, 5 pounds, 2 ounces, just 2 ounces short of our overall big bass. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. A former Bass Pro Shops at Bassmaster Open champion from Mount Carmel, Tennessee. Every day is doomsday for David Mullins. And David Mullins with 5 fish here today and 5 good ones. 24 pounds, 2 ounces, 24-2, and just 11 ounces short of the overall lead, but sitting in second place. Every day is doomsday for David Mullins. 24 pounds, 2 ounces. Weigh that for Phoenix Boats Big Bass. Needs to be better than 5'4", 5 pounds, 9 ounces. Didn't take over the overall tournament lead, sitting in second place, but leading Phoenix Boats Big Bass. And man, that's how you start a smallmouth derby.
Yeah, I was tickled with how today went, and every time I get up here and practice, every year I'll catch like 20 pounds a day, and then the first day of the tournament I'll catch 14 to 15. And you know, lucky this year I actually followed up and caught a big bag, so hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. We look forward to seeing you all the way through to Sunday, hopefully. He's leading our Angler of the Year race. Took 2 elite wins last season from Newport, New York. Jamie the Hammer Hartman. Unfortunately, 1 short of a limit here today. 4 fish. $12 pounds, 12 ounces. He moves into 30th place with 12-12. And I mean, I hate to bring it up, but it is kind of my job. You opened the door a little bit for some of those guys here today. And I mean, you can shut that door again tomorrow. That's the beautiful thing. I mean, points aren't official till the tournament's over.
Yeah, I blew it, dude. I don't know, man. I was on a different lake today because I struggled so bad. I did everything I thought I had to do, and I wouldn't do anything different. I really wouldn't. I just did not get bit. That's it, plain and simple. I don't know what else to do. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow.
I look forward to seeing how it works out for you, and I imagine things will change a little bit different on the scales. From Okeechobee, Florida, Kyle Monty. 5 fish here today for Kyle Monty. $13 pounds and 9 ounces. He moves into 30th place currently, and another shot at him again tomorrow. I mean, this lake is about as close a smallmouth body of water as we can get to something being like Okeechobee, meaning it's just a big featureless bowl. Does that make you any more comfortable?
It does, but it doesn't, because we got 3 days to practice, you know, and a lot of the stuff out here you have to fish to find them, and, you know, you can only cover so much ground, and I found a few places that I thought I could get bit, and I had 2 fish at 2 o'clock, so St. Clair is the meanest saint I've ever met.
Well, we look forward to seeing it better for you tomorrow, hopefully. From North Carolina, hot off his first classic qualification, Shane LaHue, the baby shark. 5 fish here today. I didn't call you baby shark for the last few events, but I did this time. 21 pounds, 13 ounces. 21-13, and I believe that's our 10th bag over 20 pounds. Actually, correction, that our 12th bag over 20 pounds so far today. Unbelievable. Wow, what a great start to things.
I love this lake. I did well here last year in the AOY championship, and this lake's a lot of fun. There's so many 4-pound smallmouth in this place. Practice was pretty tough, actually. I only found 2 areas, but apparently those 2 areas have a lot of bass in them and a lot of 4-pounders. So I'm looking forward to get back out tomorrow.
Go get rigged and get ready. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Here's a guy I'm happy to have here from Texas, Brad Whatley. Had a great finish in New York on the St. Lawrence River. 5 fish here today. 5 fish for 18 pounds and an ounce puts him in 21st place. Brad Whatley, happy to have Brad here, obviously. Happy to have all our anglers here. But a little extra happy to have you here after what happened about 9 miles from where you're staying. Recount the story for us, if you could.
Yeah, I had driven about 1,100 miles. I had made it 7 miles from the hotel, and another driver went to sleep and totaled me out. It totaled my trailer out, flipped my truck, and it was kind of scary. I'm super blessed. Good Lord had a hand on me without a doubt, because I come out of it without a scratch. And if you'd have seen my truck, you would never have thought that. But I want to say something. A lot of people, all the anglers, everybody came to my rescue, basically called me, asked me if I needed anything at all. But there was one that is a sponsor of mine, Phoenix Boats. They went above and beyond, really. They brought me a trailer. They brought me a vehicle. Would have brought me a boat if I'd have wanted it, but I wanted to fish out of mine. Guys, I mean, there's a lot of companies out there, that make boats, but I can tell you this, you're family when you're with Phoenix.
There's only one Phoenix. They are great people, and you're a great person yourself. Happy to have you here and safe. Off a big finish, a super Sunday finish with us at our last event from Florida, Kobe Krieger. 5 fish for Kobe here today as he returns to his original home state. 17 pounds, 10 ounces, moves into 24th place. And this is your original home state, right, Michigan?
Well, I actually was born in Indiana, lived in Michigan for a while, back and forth, Indiana, Michigan. So, but I've always fished in Michigan, obviously. Fishing in Indiana, not too good.
No, not very good. Talk to me about Lake St. Clair. I mean, you always got to catch them here.
Yeah, I had 17-10, and it was a really, really bad day for me. I mean, I lost the last 7 fish I hooked. I lost every one of them. Ended up losing 13 fish today. And that's just the way I'm fishing. That's just sort of part of it. And tomorrow maybe I'll have a better day and catch over 20 pounds.
Keep our fingers crossed for you. Hope you do. From Gonzales, Louisiana, Robbie Latuso. Robbie's made several championship Sunday appearances with us here in the Elite Series. 5 fish here today. 5 fish for Robbie Latuso here today. Day number 1 of the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. 9 pounds, 8 ounces. You move into 35th place right now and qualify for a giant rally tomorrow.
Yeah, that sucks. These smallmouth bass just drive me crazy. I had a few good ones on today, but they come out of the water like a madman. You can't keep the hooks in them, so I'll go out there and try again tomorrow. I am getting better, though. Last time I was here, I caught 2 fish in 2 days, so it's an improvement.
We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Denver, North Carolina, Rob Dye. Rob Dye with 5 fish here today. And as we get a weight in those, I want to thank all of our floating spectators here. A unique opportunity. We're actually allowed to have some spectators here, but you got to be in a boat. You got to be floating. The original social distancing. 12 pounds and 5 ounces today for Rob Dye. And fortunately a tough start, but kind of cool to actually have some spectators back here. Slowly but surely we're getting back to a little bit normal.
Wasn't the day I wanted, I've been catching them every day to the day, and I don't know what happened, but it ain't over till you say it's over, and I'm going to go swing out tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Looked like he had a big day here today. From Grove City, PA, Destin DeMarion. Destin DeMarion with 5 fish here today. Saw him on Bassmaster Live and know he caught some good ones out there today. 5 fish for 17 pounds, 11 ounces. He moves into 24th place. Once again, want to thank all our viewers watching on Bassmaster.com and all our viewers that watched on ESPN2 today. We'll be on all weekend long. Want to thank 10 million viewers that have tuned in through the northern swing here. Going to wait for that. 5 pounds, 2 ounces. Not going to take over Phoenix Boats Big Bass, but Good start to things, Destin?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, catching that big one on camera was pretty sweet for sure. I had a little rat I couldn't get rid of. It was a tough day. It was a grind, honestly, for me. But I was happy to get a couple big bites, and we'll get after them tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here in the morning. A 7-time Classic qualifier, a former TTBC champion from Reed Springs, Missouri, the Snowman, Brian Snowden. Brian Snowden bringing us 5 fish here today to kick off the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. 19 pounds, 4 ounces, 5 good ones. Puts him in 16th place with 19.4 for Brian Snowden. 19 pounds, 4 ounces on day number 1 of the Yeti Bassmaster Elite at Lake St. Clair. Be happy with that. Anytime you're flirting with that 20 mark, you know you've had a decent day.
Yeah, and I lost 2 that would have pushed me in the 22 pounds, but it's fun what I'm doing. I really enjoy it, and you know, we get to come up here a lot, and it's this is the stretch I was really looking forward to. So, you know, it's been fun, and look forward to tomorrow. Want to say hi?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I just want to say hi to Megan, watching the weigh-in, and my mom and dad.
Sorry for cutting you off there. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Huntington, Texas, a 3-time TTBC champion, Keith Combs. So what you just witnessed there is no different than we've all experienced in grocery stores all across the world. I mean, sometimes you get confused with the arrows. 16 pounds, 5 ounces today. Keith Combs in 31st place right now. And I know you know this body of water, it's amazing how it's different every time we come here.
Oh, it's different every day, it seems to me. And I thought I had several little areas found in practice, but man, they can move, and you can, you know, fish all around and you just can't find them. But hopefully tomorrow they swim back to me. But a little disappointed. I thought it was a little bit tough out there, but as of every elite, they're whopping them. So I got my work cut out. I'll catch them tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here and seeing how it works out. From one Texas pro to another. Originally from San Jose, California, the Zaldangerous one, Chris Zaldane. 5 fish for Chris Zaldane here today. Air horns, I like it. Bass fishing has lacked air horns and cowbell. 18 pounds, 13 ounces. Puts him in 17th place right now. We've got air horns. Tomorrow we may get cowbell. Are you going to catch giant fish for us tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope so. For that boat out there, it's really cool to see a crowd. It's really cool to see a crowd out there in the boats. It's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, you know, this lake is notorious for horizontal baits, horizontal presentation. So I went out there and tied on a couple swim baits, a couple of hard baits, and just covered water, man. My arm is sore. More of that tomorrow. But all the waypoints I collected during practice, I mean, they moved off of them. So I'm constantly trying to find new stuff. So decent day today. We'll have a bigger bag tomorrow.
See you back here tomorrow. A 9-time Classic qualifier from Gainesville, Florida, Bernie Schultz. 5 fish for Bernie Schultz here today. Always does well. Up in the north. 15 pounds, 6 ounces. So today a little tougher than we're used to seeing with you up here. And when you think about it, I mean, this lake, a lot of people will compare it to an Okeechobee, a Florida lake. What's your theory on that?
It's shaped like Okeechobee, and it's bowl-shaped, kind of like Okeechobee, but way more fish live offshore here than they do at Okeechobee.
Of course.
There is a population of fish that live offshore there, especially when the water's super low, but there's so much grass around the perimeter of that lake that 90% of the population, you know, they relate to that. But this is a great lake. I try to practice it like I would Okeechobee, working around the wind. Try to fish each corner of the lake, regardless of what the wind blows, you'll have a place to fish. Well, that kind of is out of play this time because of Canada. So maybe tomorrow.
Freaking Canadians. Sorry. His first season on the Bassmaster Elite Series, Brian Schmidt. 5 fish for Brian Schmidt here today on day number 1. 13 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 39th place. And Boy, this lake seems to be, you know, a lot. At the beginning of the weigh-in, I started thinking people were lying during pre-fish saying it's tougher because it really didn't look tougher, but it seems like it maybe is tougher this time around.
Obviously, it's not tough for everybody, but there's something with this lake that I don't click with. It's too random. I don't get it, but I think it's like Florida. You just can't keep picking up your trolling motor. You got to get in the area and stay all day and meander around. So hopefully tomorrow we'll do our job.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. There's somebody a little more familiar with it from the great state of Michigan, Garrett Paquette. 5 fish for Garrett Paquette here today. Looks like a good start to things. 19 pounds, 15 ounces. 19-15, he moves into 13th place. Just 1 ounce shy of the always popular 20-pound club, but 19-15, I know you're not upset about that at all.
No, I'm not upset about it, and I actually had potential for a really bad day. I was not well with my time management, to put it lightly, and kind of got running around fishing history, and I should not have done that, and I made a little adjustment at the end of the day, and I'd caught, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those fish in the last hour, so I feel pretty good about tomorrow, and hopefully we can catch a bigger bag and move on up.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. All the way from Minnesota, his first season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. A man who said we can slap him if he ever fishes for anything other than smallmouth. Austin Felix. We're going to have to check the base. Is all smallmouth? Yeah. Well, good, good. And it looks like a good day. 5 fish for Austin Felix here on day number 1. 20 pounds, 10 ounces. He moves into 10th place, and that unofficially is our 13th 20-pound bag. Great day, 20 pounds, 10 ounces, and sitting in a great spot, sitting in 10th place. Got to be happy with how this thing kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, good start to the deal. To be honest with you, it could have been a lot better. I don't know if I got a bad spool of line or something, but I broke off a couple that would have added a couple pounds to that. But I kind of have a feeling I know what's going on now, so hopefully we can improve on that tomorrow. That'd be the game plan.
Look forward to seeing how it all plays out for you. From Oakdale, California, former Bass Nation national champion, Randy Pierson. Randy Pierson with 5 fish here today. Five all alive. These fish going to go back in the water for you guys to catch for years and years to come. 14 pounds, 10 ounces. Puts you in 36th place right now, Randy. We'll let him dig deep in that Abu Garcia weigh-in bag and hold a couple high for some pictures on Bassmaster.com. Make sure to swing by Bassmaster.com and follow the Bass blog. Bass Galleries, obviously, and Bass Live. So, when you see these weights, I mean, does this weigh-in a perfect way to ruin a good fishing day? I mean, probably felt good. Things are good coming in here, and then you see these weights.
No, actually, as poor as that bag is, it could have been a whole lot worse, so I'm actually real excited. And I was hoping for better, and everyone told me that the smallmouth move a lot. Well, today I found out they move like every spot that I fished and practiced and marked, they were completely gone. So I caught all those all on new stuff that I hadn't fished and doing something that I didn't really do in practice. So I felt pretty good with the adjustment, but just, I survived.
Great adjustment. Adjustments like that pay off at the end of the year. Angler of the Year points. Let's bring up a former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from South Carolina, Patrick Walters. 5 fish for Patrick Walters here today. 5 all alive, 19 pounds, 5 ounces. He moves inside the top 20 in 17th place currently. I want to welcome Sego. I did not realize he's here. He's dressed in camo. I did not see him. So a good start to things. I mean, just flirting with that 20-pound mark, and as you know, that's one bite here.
It really is. You know, I had a decent day, but not the day I really expected. I lost a lot of fish today for some reason. I don't really know what happened. Just didn't really keep them pinned, but that's fishing, that's smallmouth. You know, we got a good start. Looking forward to tomorrow. You know, I really enjoy it. It's a different type of fishing, you know, just drifting around, just aimlessly casting. But when you hook a 4-pound smallmouth, it makes it worth it. So excited to get there tomorrow. Thanks to all these fans out here. Big shout out to everybody back home. Let's go fishing tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion to another from Tennessee, Skylar Hamilton. Took a win at the Central Open just a few years ago. 5 fish for Skylar Hamilton here today. A 2-time Classic qualifier with 13 pounds, 11 ounces. Moves into 42nd place right now. 49 anglers into her weighing.
Not good. Terrible. This place has a history for making you think you got it figured out, and then you really don't. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I got to catch more than 13 pounds.
I hope you figure it out. We'll find out tomorrow when he weighs in. Here's a guy who's figured some stuff out. Hot off 2 top 10s from Japan, Takumi Ito. 2 top 10s in New York. Wow. He might be on pace to make another one here this week. 21 pounds, 11 ounces, 21-11, and once again, Takumi Ito inside the top 10 for the 3rd event in a row. All the way from Japan, and he continues his assault on our Angler of the Year leaderboard. Event after event, moving higher and higher in the places, and man, you must love smallmouth bass by this point.
Yes, I love smallmouth, and I love St. Clair. St. Clair is an awesome place. Maybe I most can fish in very big weight, I think.
Great run you got going here. Will we see you all the way through to Sunday this week, you think? Can you keep it going and make another top 10?
Yes, so I wanna St. Clair the top. I hope top 10.
We'll keep our fingers crossed for you. Find out at the end of this week. Top 85 fish the first 2 days, and here's another guy who's been in the top 10 recently from Reed Springs, Missouri, Chad Morgan-Taylor. You know you're having a good day when at one point today, both me and Mark Zona were searching for you all over the lake. I'm happy he found you, and we got some coverage of you. 21 pounds, 10 ounces. Chad Morgan-Taylor once again inside the top 10 in 7th place with 21-10. Man, you're having some fun with these smallmouth the last few weeks, huh?
Oh, man. How can you not, you know? I mean, these things are giant. I actually, I got really lucky this morning. I almost didn't go to where I caught the majority of those. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. It was over with pretty quick this morning because I met Zona trying to come to me as I was leaving it. And he followed me around for a while. I mean, I caught a lot of fish today once. I've got 4 or 5 areas that just got a lot of fish in them, you know, and I have to say, it's not really much different than Ontario. I mean, whenever I get around them out there on the lake, I mean, I can see them on my Garmin Live Scope, and I feel pretty comfortable at this point using that equipment to my advantage. So I'm going to keep doing it.
Seems to be playing in a big way here this week. A 2-time Angler of the Year from Gunnersville, Alabama, the G-Man, Gerald Swindle. 5 fish for Gerald Swindle here on day number 1, the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. 18 pounds, 8 ounces. You move into 24th place. 18-8, and G, talk to me.
I really struggled. I thought I could get a few more bites than I did today. This, when you have it, just be honest with you, when you have attention deficit disorder as bad as I have it, to sit out there in the middle of the lake and just randomly throw in like 11 different directions of 15 foot of water and 6 inches of grass, I'm just about ready to start coloring outside the lines by about 9 o'clock this morning. That's not my style. I'm having to make myself stay out there and do it. And, you know, I guess if you just get in the right area, you catch big ones. I'm trying to stay away from everybody thinking that you might find a fresh school, but they're pretty broke up out there. They like a lot of my uncle's marriages were back a few years ago. They pretty broke up on them schools out there. They busted up pretty good.
All right. No, always a good analogy. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. A two-time Elite Series champion from Aiken, South Carolina, the Tower of Power, J. Jason Williamson. Jay Willie with 5 fish here today. Out of a top 10 at Champlain, 13 pounds, 15 ounces. Not the start you wanted, Jay Willie, but it doesn't matter how you start. It's all about how you finish. You know that.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely wasn't the start we was looking for, but as you can see, these guys caught them, so that lets me know they live here still, and we're going to go out tomorrow and try to catch 25 pounds and get back in this thing.
Go get gassed up. We'll see you back here tomorrow from Youngsville, Louisiana, former Phoenix Post B.A.S.S champion, Tyler Carrier. 5 fish for Tyler Carrier here on day number 1. Stop number 5 of the Bassmaster Elite Series, the Yeti Bassmaster Elite with 17 pounds, 5 ounces. He moves into 36th place. Tyler, decent start to things, 17 and change. Another shot at him again tomorrow. How are you feeling about your chances?
You know, I started off this morning pretty good. I had 4 fish pretty quick and it kind of played out after that. But I don't know, man. It seems like I go in one area, catch a couple, and then I don't get a bite there. So I don't know what's going on. So, like I said, we're just going to go do what we can do tomorrow, you know, and go back in those areas and try to pick a couple off.
Forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up the first Canadian to ever win a Bassmaster Elite Series event from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, Chris Johnston. 5 fish for Chris Johnston here today. 21 pounds, 11 ounces. And he moves into the top 5 in 5th place with 21.11. And that our 16th bag over 20 pounds. 21.11 and sitting in 5th place. And it's fun to collect those blue trophies, huh? Might as well have one for each kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I got room on the shelf for one more. But the way these guys are catching them, I'm going to have to step it up a little bit tomorrow. So it's impressive. St. Clair's fishing unbelievable, and I can't wait to go back out there tomorrow.
Go get rigged. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up our reigning and defending Elite Series Angler of the Year from Alabama, Scott Canterbury. 5 fish for Scott Canterbury here today. $13.1 moves into 51st place, and last time we were here, it was a whole different set of pressure coming in here, obviously finishing off the season and finally getting to join a League of Legends and become an Angler of the Year. But which pressure would you rather deal with? I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty good last time. Fishing was really good for me, and it was good for everybody. It looks like it's good for everybody this time except me, but we'll go out tomorrow and see what we can do, try to regroup and make some changes, see what we can do. It's going to be got to catch a big bag to at least get some points anyhow, so we'll see how it goes.
Go get them. We look forward to seeing how it all shakes out for you. Out of a top 10 at our last event, his first Elite Series top 10, Ed Lochran III. Five fish as you said. I told you you aren't going to accomplish it. 16 pounds, 10 ounces. Tripp is blaming me that nobody can fish in Canada. And if you talk to anyone in Canada, they'll tell you I can't fish. So don't worry. Ed, hot off a top 10 their last event, and I know you'd like to get back there again. But as Tripp said, thanks for all your help. I know you worked hard to try and get all of us to be allowed to fish in Canadian waters. But in these strange, unprecedented times, unfortunately, it didn't work out this time.
No, but you got to try. But today was a good day. I had a tough practice, and the places where I'd been catching 3 and 4s with an occasional 5, they all turned to 2 and 3s with an occasional 4. So you can't let up with this field, and I just got to go catch 20 or 21 tomorrow to hopefully make the cut.
I got to ask you what every tournament angler watching's wondering right now. You must have some pretty good water in Canada, huh?
I have a little bit.
A little bit. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Louisiana, Tyler Rivette. Skylar Rivette, a former Carhartt College bass competitor, now a second season here on the Bassmaster Elite Series. 5 fish here today, 18 pounds, 6 ounces, puts him in 28th place. 28th place currently. Tyler, decent day, and I don't know if all your catches started pinging in at once, or you did have a better afternoon, but it looked like things got better in a hurry for you.
It did. I didn't have a bite till 9 o'clock, and it was about 2 fish till about 12, and then 12:30 hit, and it was bam, 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 and I overjudged them by like a pound, I think, because it was just every other cast. It was back and forth. I seen them down there, and I just kept dropping on them, and they just kept coming in. So I'm going to put every fish in it tomorrow as 2 pounds so I can make up for it. So I'm ready to get back out there, and thanks for Phoenix Boats for getting me back in here, especially from last year. So I'm trying to make redemption.
Great to have you back here, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's bring out a former Bass Nation national champion, won that title in 2017, Caleb Summerall. Caleb Summerall, a 2-time Classic qualifier, kicking off the Yeti Bassmaster Elite with 17 pounds, 8 ounces, puts him in 37th place right now. Want to thank Yeti for being our title sponsor here this week. So a decent day today, but man, these guys keep catching 24 pounds and stuff like that. It's going to ruin this tournament.
Yeah, you can't lose 5-pound fish. Today I had one literally jump in my boat, hit the back carpet, and back out the boat. It was like it had done that before. It was pretty cool. It was pretty impressive. I just had to smile and keep fishing. But no, just hide family and friends at home and go try to catch a bag tomorrow, rally up.
Forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring out our reigning and defending Elite Series Rookie of the Year, Drew Cook. Five fish for Drew Cook here today. Former Carhartt College bass competitor. 16 pounds, 5 ounces. He moves into 43rd place with 16.5. And I know where you want to be, and that's not where you want to be. So I know you're going to be after him tomorrow.
Yeah, I kind of dug myself a hole now, and I got to catch probably 23 or so to get back even. But I'm around them. I caught them quick this morning, had that by like 9 or so, and then I just couldn't do anything after that. So hopefully tomorrow will work out a little bit better. We'll catch them better.
Go get them. We'll see you back here tomorrow. From Oregon, Cody Holland. Cody Holland, our Bass Nation national champion, of course, and 5 fish today. Looks like a good start to things. 19 pounds, 12 ounces. He moves into 18th place with 19 pounds and 12 ounces. Still 16 bags, over 20 pounds. So, Cody, decent start to things. Got to be happy with that. Just a few ounces short of the 20-pound club.
Yeah, I went on a flurry this morning. I lost one, and it pulled them all to the boat, and I was grabbing every rod on the deck to drop on them, and I ended up catching 4 or 5 fish in a matter of about 10 minutes. It was a blast this morning. I had more than I thought I actually had, so it was a good day. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Myself from Alabama. His first season on the Elite Series from Alabama, Kyle Welcher. 5 fish here today. 13 pounds, 7 ounces, 1370 moves into 55th place, and I know that's not where you're accustomed to hanging.
No, that's definitely not where I wanted to be. You know, as soon as I started today, I could tell the fish had moved on me instantly, and I kind of switched into salvage mode just a little too early, and then at like 12 o'clock, I decided I had to go back hunting like I would have done in a practice day instead of just trying to salvage, and ended up catching almost all those in the last hour. So hopefully we found a little bit of something for tomorrow. We're definitely going hunting now because we need a lot more than that tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing how the hunting trip works out for you tomorrow. The only Australian to ever win a Bassmaster Elite Series event. Fear my heart, Carl Jacobson. Unfortunately, a tough day today. 1 fish for 2 pounds, 15 ounces, and thrill of victory, agony of angling, and that sucks. That hurts, and I hate it for you.
Yeah, it happens. I had a rough day. Just got to get to the service yard, get my stuff back sorted. But you can't have excuses on when these guys, the guys that have stuff happen, they still catch them. I tried, it just didn't happen. So go out and have fun tomorrow. See what happens.
Nothing to hang your head about, my friend. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Holt, Michigan, a former Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion, Chad Pipkins. Chad Pipkins with 5 fish here today. 13 pounds even. He moves into 58th place. And in an event that I know you had to circle the calendar for, I only can blame it on one thing. Ronnie Moore picked you in fantasy fishing.
Oh.
Is that the reason?
Ronnie, I don't think Ronnie did it to me. I think I did it to me. I had a good practice, but this place has got my number. It's just one of those deals where they swim around a lot, and you're next to guys catching them. And I caught quite a few fish. They just never got a good bite. So it can happen quick. Guys that are catching the big bags, you catch them quick sometimes. So we're gonna try to get that 25-pound bag tomorrow and get back in the game.
Look forward to seeing how it works out for you, my friend.
Go backwards.
A former Bass Pro Shop, or a classic qualifier from Texas, Lee Livesey. Lee Livesey with 5 fish here today. Going to be able to fish on his home lake of Lake Fork to finish off the season 15-12. Moves into 46th place right now, and you're safe. You can take your life jacket off now.
I broke down. I had to ride in with somebody.
Did you? I hate that.
I don't understand how I made it back here with 5 fish today.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I started kind of out with everybody in Metro, fished for like an hour, and I ran all the way to the St. Clair River, and I just hit a little wreck, and I left and I broke down. And I was on the Canadian cell service. I had no service. I couldn't call anybody, and nobody was in that zone. I trolling motored from the St. Clair River all the way back to Metro Park. It took me like 6 hours. And I finally got service, and I called Trip, and I got to fish for maybe an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, and I caught those 5 for 16 pounds almost, and got a ride with Tyler Rivette, thank you. Drew Cook pulled up, thank you. The police pulled up, thank you. But we're back here. Just a terrible day, but about to go get my stuff fixed and hit it again tomorrow.
Happy you're back safe, and happy you were able to salvage it with such limited fishing time. A 2-time FLW Tour champion from North Carolina, Matt Airy. 5 fish for Matt Airy here on day number 1. Five alive, 15 pounds even, moves into 48th place, and boy, this one, I mean, St. Clair, it's a unique tournament because no matter what you weigh, nobody feels safe here. I mean, it can change so quick.
It can, and one thing I learned in practice is
the biggest smallmouth to me anywhere up north. I'm talking about those 5.5 and 6 pounders, minus what Fighter did last year. That was amazing to find a school of them. But every time I catch one in practice, it would be completely isolated and by itself. The big ones. And I had a little schooling spot where I went and caught 20 or 30 early this morning, and they were all 2 to 3 pounders. And I went out and did that aimless drifting thing, that everybody does at St. Clair, and they catch big ones, and just never had a quality bite. But I'm going to go back to that little school I found and try to catch on 13 or 14 pounds real quick in the morning, then go aimlessly drifting again and try to catch a couple 5-pounders.
Hope it works out for you. We'll pay attention all day long. Now let's bring up the pride of Winchester, Tennessee, the 2012 PAA Angler of the Year, Gary Klaus. While we get a weight in those fish, I got to thank Gary and the whole Phoenix family for what Brad Whatley already talked about on stage. Incredible support. And I know it's not because you sponsor them. It's the people that they are. 5 fish today, 19 pounds of 5 ounces. He moves into 21st place with 19 pounds and 5 ounces. So a good start to things, Gary. This one, St. Clair seems even a little more fickle for some of our field this time around. The bite seems a little tougher, but good start to things.
Yeah, I'll take it. I started off the 2 tournaments up north and had real bad luck in both of them. I'll take today. Things went my way pretty well. I could have probably had a little bit bigger bag if things went a little bit better, but I'll take that all day.
All right, we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's do it again. Let's keep doing it all the way through to Sunday. Let's bring up the Prince of Palatka from Palatka, Florida, Cliff Prince. Two fish today, thus the custom buff. We were out of paper bags, so
I'll show you what this mask is made for.
2 fish today for 3 pounds 4 ounces, and hey, the weather's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, at least I'm not at home in 105, so hey, tomorrow's another day. We'll go fishing.
Look forward to seeing how it works out for you. Here's a guy we were able to watch all day long on Bass Live on ESPN2 from Illinois, Chris Groh. Chris Groh with 5 fish here today. Had the chain rats on the edge of their seat all day long. 18 pounds, 4 ounces. Moves into 31st place with 18.4. That one right there, that kicker. Oh boy, we may have a new big bass. 5 pounds and 9 ounces leading right now. David Mullins. It's going to be close. These fish are weighing light. They're very skinny. 6 pounds even. A brand new Phoenix Boats big bass for Chris Groh. And that 6-pounder anchors 18.4, puts you in 31st place. And hey, man, I know you were working hard out there today, but I also know that a couple of right casts, and this could have been a whole different day, but it doesn't matter. You righted the ship by the end of the day.
Yeah, you have no idea. There were literally 2 180s in the box, and I literally caught that fish 20 times over. But totally blessed for that big one. Came on that new HD dredger, 20.5 and perch. It was an awesome moment with my cameraman. It was definitely some man hugging going on. But we're going to get back to it tomorrow, catch 22. I just want to say hello to all the chain rats, my nieces, my mom, family, my girlfriend. You guys be good. Take care.
Dude, you caught a 6-pounder on ESPN2. How cool is that?
You know it.
Let's bring out the 2018 Forrest Wood Cup champion from Alabama, Clint Davis. this time around, but a good start. You got to be happy.
Hey man, if I make the cut here, this is another one I never make the cut at. So I'll be happy to hopefully catch that tomorrow and go fishing on Saturday.
Great to have you here. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow from Bella Vista, Arkansas, Harvey Horn. Harvey Horn with 5 fish here today, a proud member of Team Express Yamaha. 18 pounds, 13 ounces, 18-13. He moves into 25th place. Harvey, talk to me. Number one, your beard looks incredible with your mask.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. It's done me some good this week, unlike the last couple. So we're going to keep it for a couple more weeks now. This place is incredible. I can't believe how many 4-pound fish are swimming around out there. You know, out there on the main lake today in that big express boat, bouncing around like a cork and still catching a couple. It was pretty special.
Always great to have you here, my friend. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's keep him going. A guy who almost won this event just a few years ago from Mississippi, Brock Mosley. Brock Mosley had a great New York swing and looking to keep it rolling. 21 pounds, 8 ounces. He moves into 9th place currently. 21 pounds, 8 ounces. Talk to me, Brock. Life is good, my friend. 21-8 and living large.
Yeah, you know, I've had a good northern swing, and man, I always love fishing up here. This lake's been good to me, so you know, one thing about being on Lake St. Clair, you got to catch them every day. And, you know, we survived day one. We need to go out there and duplicate it tomorrow and keep the ball rolling.
Keep it going. I look forward to seeing you all the way through to Sunday. Here's a guy who weighed in the biggest smallmouth bass in Bassmaster history. From Connecticut, Paul Mueller. Former Bass Nation national champion. 5 fish here today. 21 pounds even, and once again throws his hat in the ring here this week on Lake St. Clair. He moves into 11th place. Kicked off the season with his 3rd Bassmaster Elite Series win, and Mueller, life is good. I mean, I know 7-13. I get it. I get it. It's a slow day for you, but you got to be happy with how it's going.
Yeah, I'm happy with the start. I had a slow start today, and this place has got them. Caught a lot of fish in practice. Just have to move around. They move, and tomorrow's another day. We'll see what happens.
Great to have you here. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up a guy who's qualified for the Elite Series twice from North Carolina, Shane Lineberger. Fortunately, one short of his limit here today. I'd let you weigh in 6 tomorrow, but it's against the rules, so 13-12 today. Puts him in 61st place, and going to hold up a few fish for his family and friends watching online on Bassmaster.com. Want to thank everybody for watching.
Oh, man.
Shane, tough day today on a body of water that it can happen so quick and so easy here at times.
Man, you know, these guys made it look easy today, but trust me, it wasn't near as easy as they made it look. I struggled my tail off today. I don't know what happened. I don't know what to do. All I know is that I'm going to strap it up tomorrow. We're going to get them again.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up the second most famous man from Corbin, Kentucky, Mean Mike Huff. Of course, for those of you who don't know, first most famous man from Corbin, Kentucky, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders, yeah. Makes some good chicken. Mike Huff, week after week on ESPN, is building his brand to overcome that. 17 pounds, 3 ounces, puts him in 47th place right now. And talk to me about Lake St. Clair.
This place is awesome. You know, anywhere else you go, 17 pounds is pretty good. Here it's just average. But I had a rough start this morning, so I'm glad to get what I got. Really looking forward to getting back out there, though.
Forward to seeing how it all plays out for you. Here's a guy we saw on ESPN2 at our last event from Kissimmee, Florida, Jesse Ticarante. 5 fish, and looks like a good start to things for Jesse Ticarante here on day number 1 of the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. 18-13 puts him in 27th place as we wind down our weigh-in with just 9 anglers left to weigh in here today. 18 pounds, 13 ounces. Gotta be happy with that, Jesse?
Yeah, it's funny when they all stay on, you can actually weigh in a decent bag. You guys
one of
saw
the
it
keys.
live, I should have been right there last week or 2 weeks ago, and it just wasn't to work. So it is what it is, man. We got to thank everybody out here. This lake is absolutely awesome. 21-pound bags, one after the other. It's unreal. And I want to make a quick apology. My phone disappeared on me this morning after my first stop. I just resolved that it was overboard. So I couldn't use Bass Track. I couldn't put any on our text, none of that stuff. And 3:05, the alarm goes off, and I'm hunting all over the boat. I can hear it, but I can't see it anywhere. So it snoozes, it shuts off. 5 minutes later, it comes back on. I'm hunting all over the place. It slid up underneath the seat. I had to rip the Velcro off, and somehow it got under that darn thing. So it won't happen tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad it's not on the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, it's better, right? But anyway, thanks, guys.
I'm glad you found it. From Springville, Alabama, his first season on the Elite Series, Wes Logan. Wes Logan with 5 fish here today. Five alive here at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite at Lake St. Clair, the 5th stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series. 17 pounds, 6 ounces. Wes Logan moves inside the top 50 in 47th place. The top 40 get to fish on the weekend. Top 40 go out on semifinal Saturday, and top 10 fish on championship Sunday here at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. Just outside that top 40 now, but no pressure is relieved. You got to go to work again tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do tomorrow. That's like catching 12 pounds anywhere else. I really didn't think it was going to fish that good after practice, but there's a lot of fish getting caught in a general area, so we'll see how that plays out tomorrow and see what bites and see if we can land it.
See you back here tomorrow morning. From Benton, Arkansas, let's bring up an Elite Series champion. Took that win at Windlatt Bay, Stetson Blaylock. 5 fish for Stetson Blaylock here on day number 1. 14 pounds, 5 ounces. He moves into 60th place, and you got your work cut out for you tomorrow, but I know you're up for the task.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those days for me. I just never could get anything going. Had a great time on live today, and it just never clicked. This place has been really good to me, but I gotta step it up tomorrow, no doubt.
See you back here tomorrow. A former Carhartt College Bass champion from Monroe, Louisiana, Brett Pruitt. 5 fish for Brett Pruitt, the former Carhartt College Bass champion. 5 to start this derby off for Brett Pruitt. 18 pounds even, and he's in 40th place. Top 40 get to go fishing tomorrow, so right in contention for a semifinal Saturday appearance here at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite on Lake St. Clair. $18 pounds even, and right in that cut spot in 40th place right now.
Yeah, I really thought I was going to weigh less than that. I was catching so much bigger ones in practice. I thought I had 15 pounds today, but I think I'm on some better fish. I'm fighting a little injury. Got a bad infection in my hand. I done went to the walk-in clinic twice, but
my head's throbbing right now, but we're going to go get out there and go get it done tomorrow. Go catch the bus 20 pounds.
20 pounds always makes a throbbing hand feel better. From one Louisiana angler to another, Quentin Capo. I never heard this much of the song. I like it. 5 fish here today for Quentin Capo. Five fish for 16 pounds, 7 ounces in 54th place and just outside of our top 40 as we wind down our way in. But not so bad. I mean, you're going to be in contention going out tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to use my lithium pro batteries today on high just to go find my school again. I finally found them, and I came up with that. I'm really looking forward to get out there tomorrow, see if I can go whack on them again.
Forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring out a former Elite Series Rookie of the Year. From Caryville, Tennessee, Brandon Card. Now makes his home in North Carolina. Recently moved there. But 5 fish here today. 17 pounds and 9 ounces. 17.9. He moves into 46th place right now. £17, 9 ounces, sitting in 46th, and got to move up a few spots tomorrow, but definitely on a body of water where you can do it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, back in the day, I used to dread coming up here. You know, like the smallmouth fishing was just so tough for me. But slowly but surely, I'm starting to get more confidence in smallmouth fishing, and hopefully we can go out there and catch some more big ones tomorrow and move up the leaderboard.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up our champion from the last event from Rathdrum, Idaho, the prodigy, Brandon Polinick. Went from 5th to 1st on Championship Sunday at Lake Champlain to claim his 4th Elite Series title. 5 fish here today. 16 pounds, 4 ounces. Moving to 58th place right now, and that is not where you like to reside whatsoever.
No, I really don't, and I've got a lot to learn on this lake. It reminds me of Lake Okeechobee, but I'm trying to catch smallmouth at Rome, and I've never been able to dial this place in, even though I've had good finishes, so I'm looking forward to getting out there tomorrow. Another day to learn.
Congrats again on an incredible finish at our last event, another big win. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Wisconsin, his 2nd season on the Elite Series, old Bob Downey. 5 fish for Bob Downey, hot off his first Classic appearance just a few months ago. 18 pounds, 3 ounces. He moves into 38th place, 2 spots inside the top 40. If he can stay there, he'll be making another semifinal Saturday appearance here on the Bassmaster Elite Series at the Yeti Bassmaster Elite. Decent day, pretty good start to things.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I had about 7 pounds at noon, so to come in with that, I'm super happy. It's probably got me about middle of the pack, and hopefully you can go out and do it again tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Let's bring up an Elite Series champion. Over $1.3 million in Bassmaster earnings from Salem, Virginia, the cruise missile, John Cruz. John Cruz with 5 fish here today. Five fish for 14 pounds, 13 ounces. He moves into 63rd place right now. And 5 fish, so he's going to hold up a couple of those fish for you to see on Bassmaster.com. I want to thank all our viewers that have tuned in on Bassmaster.com and all our viewers that have been tuning in week after week on ESPN2. Once again on ESPN2 this weekend, or this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and obviously all day today. 10 million viewers in the last 3 events. Unbelievable. John, I know you had a rough New York swing, but with everything going on, I mean, you of all people, I know you understand, this industry, and what does that 10 million viewers mean for our sport?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Putting us on ESPN2 in what's going on with Bassmaster right now, being one of the showcase sports on ESPN, it's a huge deal, and I think that we're gonna reap the benefits of it for years to come. And I'm gonna need to catch fish a little better than this if anybody ever wants to see me on the ESPN2. So I'm gonna try to go bring it a little bit better tomorrow. See what happens.
I want to see it. Go get them. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. From Wisconsin, Caleb Kufal. 5 fish for Caleb here today. 5 fish for 17 pounds, 2 ounces. And he moves into 53rd place. So Caleb, decent start to things. I mean, it doesn't get any easier tomorrow, but today's through with.
Yeah, I thought I had like 15 pounds. I guess they weigh a little bit heavier than I think, but yeah, I mean, it was a grind. It took me all day to get those 5. I had 7 bites and landed 5 of them, and I don't know, I'm going to do something different tomorrow. Maybe run in the opposite direction and see what happens.
Great to have you here. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That concludes our day 1 weigh-in. 18 bags over 20 pounds, unofficially 18 bags over 20 pounds. Our tournament leader, John Cox, with 24-12. Right behind him, David Mullins with 24-2. Ray Hanselman with 22-3. Shane LaHue with 21-13. Takumi Ito on pace to make his 3rd top 10 in a row with 21-11. Chris Johnston and Corey Johnston both tied with 21-11. Chad Morgenthaler with 21-10. Brock Mosley with 21-8 and 21-1 for Jay Yellis, rounding out our top 10. 85 anglers done for day number 1. 85 anglers will go out again tomorrow, and only the top 40 fish on semifinal Saturday and the top 10 on championship Sunday. This has been day number 1 of the Yeti Bassmaster Elite at Lake St. Clair, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.